Hi everyone, I am really honored to be here today. As John introduced me, I'm Kayla. I am a senior in the program in the environment with a focus in forest ecology, as well as a cello performance major in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. And like what was said before me, I also really believe in art. And it's interesting, when I tell people my majors, they say, wow, those really don't have anything to do with each other, they're so different. And at first I kind of thought the same, that they were two separate worlds that would never really collide. But as I'm kind of growing in each of these fields and seeing the amazing work that's being done, I'm finding people that are both scientists and artists and musicians and creative thinkers. And I'm just seeing how much there is for seeing science as the inspiration for art, and art as a way of communicating science. And so, in order to kind of start developing my own path as both a scientist and an artist, I decided to collaborate with two incredible artists who are also students at this university, both of whom were not able to make it today, but I'd like to just introduce them because they were co-creators in this project. Jilly Yerington was the video editor and videographer for this project, and she's an artist student and a business student. And Carlos Simon, who just graduated with his DMA in composition from the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. He composed the original cello score to accompany this video. And this video is called Losing Our Wander, a portrait of Michigan in the Anthropocene. And the original intent for this video was to be performed at my senior cello recital. And so the intended audience is mostly music students and mostly people that don't engage with climate change issues in the same way or as much as we do here at SEAS or in PITE or other earth sciences. And so that's kind of my goal for this video, was to kind of open these issues up to a wider audience. And so the goal of this project was to create a physical space, an emotional space through music and through video to engage with how humans are changing Michigan's unique natural world through our own eyes as members of its ecosystem. And specifically, it emphasizes what is important about natural Michigan to people that call Michigan home. What do they love most about it, and what do they hope will be preserved into the next generation? So really bringing it back to home as in a more concrete way. To kind of echo what Sarah Alderstein was saying about the importance of this art and science connection. As I said before, people would oftentimes tell me that these two don't have anything to do with each other. And I kind of think this plays into the fact that art and science connections is sometimes overlooked. And but I again would argue from the perspective of human nature and our necessity to find purpose and meaning and creative expression, and this goes back throughout human history, that these two disciplines have an obligate mutualism. And through science we learn how to ask and answer questions and debate and support ideas, but sometimes and oftentimes we have a really hard time internalizing what that means on a personal level. How is it going to impact our own emotional and tangible connections with our ecosystems? And art and creative expression and art, all forms of art, play a really essential role at bridging the gap between what we've learned through science and how it can be interpreted to our minds, to our cultures, our societies, our politics even. Like what was said before, I think the art and science connection really is so essential in communicating ideas about climate change, because research on all of the topics surrounding it are intimately linked to every member of the community. And we need all forms of communication, and that includes art and music and video and dance and theater, in order to educate and to motivate that change in how communities engage with climate change and environmental stewardship. And here at the University of Michigan is a perfect place to do that. We have so much diverse talent in all of the schools, in SEAS, in the music school, in the art school, in the business school, so much diverse talent. And it's really inspiring to think of the mediums and the skills and the ideas that could coalesce to ignite this change. Because, like what was said, we need everybody, we need all the talents. This fight, as we all know, is too big and is too essential to be taken on by one discipline. So I'm really excited to perform for you today, and again, this is called Losing Our Wander. And I'd like to actually leave you with a short quote that kind of inspired me and my colleagues throughout the process of creating this video, and I think it really echoes to the to kind of the meaning behind this particular part of the Michigan and Climate Crisis event. And it was, this quote was said by the very famous ecologist Edward Osborne Wilson. And he said, "If the heuristic and analytic power can be met with the introspective creativity of the humanities, human existence will rise to an infinitely more productive and interesting meaning." All right, thank you. I hope you enjoy.
My favorite part about Michigan are the clouds in the summertime. Michigan has puffy clouds that I have never seen anywhere else.
The Great Lakes and the beaches.
The seasons that change, fall, spring, summer.
Just the trees and like the beauty of Michigan itself.
And the beaches, the lakes, and the dunes.
And when it's cold, it's bitterly cold. When it's hot, it's really beautiful. In northern Michigan,
nature that Michigan has that I can't see anywhere else. Can't see that I'm going to leave Michigan.
It's a perfectly clear day, and you see so many different colors of blue and white.
I've lived in Michigan all my life, but was unaware of the indigenous forests we logged so long ago. Losing the forests is like losing our heritage. The trees have given us so much, and we continue to take and take. It seems we won't stop until the giving trees are mere stumps. wonder of these most complex and enchanting systems of life. My feet have felt the layers of organic debris from an old-growth forest, and have been washed clean by the waters of Lake Superior. Will the feet of our children get to experience the same kind of wonder?